I mean, I would probably sit down in your chair so you can come over here and click the thing. Why would you do that? Now did you hit streaming?
Is it streaming?
Yo, I just... Good Lord, Avery. Come on.
Are we streaming?
Yes!
Like live? No, we can't because you didn't hit live there.
We're live.
We're live online?
Yes.
Yes!
I hate you so much. This could have been so much cleaner.
Really?
Yeah, it could have been.
No, it couldn't have been.
I mean, I believe it could have been.
Well, how? How could it have been clear?
You would have hit the button when I told you to hit the button.
Well, nobody even knows we're up here.
I mean, I sent an Instagram post.
When?
9 minutes ago.
I was in the bathroom.
Okay. Well, there we go. Yeah. We're live.
Cool.
Yeah, I think.
You literally just got mad and said we're live, and now you don't know.
Well, for the purposes of my point, I needed to be like, yeah, we're live, to shame you.
Well,
But,
it didn't work, did it?
I don't know, did it?
I don't feel shame.
All right.
Not when it comes to this.
Okay, fair enough then. Yeah.
I'm trying to get to our channel.
Yeah. See, there we are. And I didn't. That's why I didn't want you. It's the wrong title.
You can't change it? You said to hit start streaming. I hit start streaming. Yes,
I said what you're going to do is hit start streaming.
That wasn't clear.
That was very clear.
It was not.
That's why I was upset when you hit the buttons.
Why is the chat like this?
Because everything's new to us again.
Oh, because we haven't done it since Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Can't we change the title after it goes up?
I mean, maybe, probably. I'll let you figure it out. I'm going home. I ain't supposed to be in this building.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I mean, I am.
Oh, whoa. The general manager gave us permission.
That should be on you.
Sir, we haven't done this in how long?
I'm just saying, you're the bright spots. We don't know how stuff works. It's not like we work in television or anything.
I mean, it hasn't been working before.
What's up, Internet World? We're back with the News 19 Nerds.
I don't know why you acting brand new just because you went to a real station. I'm still here.
So you can't say stuff like that.
Why not?
It's just, I'm Michael.
I'm Leroy.
There we go. We're back, y'all. Until they decide to be like, oh, this was a dumb idea to let him come back, and they kick us out or kick me out. But nah, thank you.
I don't know. They might send me with you.
Like, you take him up to Charlotte. We don't need him anymore.
They might not even let me go there. They just be get out.
Get out.
You can go back to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Him just get out.
We're back. Who we got where? Man, it's hard to read.
Brian Gamer.
Yeah.
Edward Sanchez Productions.
Yeah.
Looks like Big Rad.
Okay.
Big Rad is there. D Steezel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live, so we're a little early.
No, we're not.
Yeah, it's 8:40, 8:50.
It's not on one.
Oh, that clock is off. I was looking at. I was looking at that. That clock is off. I'm looking at my phone now, and I do see it's 9:01. That
Both
clock
of these are off.
Yes.
So then, if that's the case, you still hit live?
That's why I was wondering. Like you said, go live. You want to start streaming? I was like, okay.
I missed you, man. I missed our dysfunction. Thank you, fans who stuck with us this long.
I'm
Yes.
trying to fix the clock now.
It don't matter.
It does to me.
It does it. Yeah, y'all. So, quick backstory. I work at an NBC affiliate in Charlotte.
Boo! They don't have any good TV shows. Am I wrong?
I work at an NBC affiliate in Charlotte, and we have NFL football on Sunday nights. So, because of that, my schedule, which was Monday through Friday, like it was down here when I was in Columbia, is now Sunday through Thursday. So I'm off Friday and Saturday. Because I'm off Friday, we were like, hey, we could probably do Press Play live in person, because when we tried to do it remote, it worked, but it didn't work, and we didn't really get to troubleshoot it to make it better.
It really didn't work.
Yeah, but we only did it the one time. We didn't get to troubleshoot it to be like, oh, this is how everything works. But yeah, so
That is true.
as long as football is on, I'll be here Fridays to be able to do Press Play. So
Xbox
I guess
console?
3 months or yeah, that's if you wanted to do like a streaming thing. Have you not used Windows before? That's been on Windows for the longest. Xbox pop-up.
I don't mind.
I bet you it's up there now.
Upstairs?
Yes.
You want to go look?
I don't. I'm sure Rich said, hey, I just stay out here, right?
Nah, he just said, okay.
That's all he said?
I asked him, I said, hey, since Andy can't troubleshoot the live stuff, if Michael come in the building and just come around, he stays right here. He said, okay.
Okay, yeah, so you told him where I was going to be.
Yeah.
You didn't say go around the studio.
I mean, I could text him and ask.
I don't want to. I was already bombarded by fans. It felt nice seeing old people come down to see me and whatnot.
No, they need to get out.
It was cool. Yeah.
For you, I see him every day.
I was there. We go. I love it. Yeah.
So doing a little housekeeping. Can you guys hear us and everything? So, if there's something wrong with the audio, or just let us know. So we're trying to get this started again. I no longer shoot football on Fridays. I've retired. I retired at the top of my game. Unlike Tom Brady, I know when to quit. So yeah.
First of all, I picked Tom Brady in my fantasy draft, so don't hate
really?
me. Yeah. I was happy with his performance Thursday. I got 26 points.
I forget who my quarterback is.
I would have had more. He got 2 interceptions that weren't his fault. People dropping balls.
Oh, now you care about football.
When I'm playing fantasy football, yeah. I do. So my points I'm leaving. But he did me right. So, yeah, I'm cool.
All right, cool.
So what were we talking about?
So today, since it's been a while,
yeah,
we're going to talk about, oh man, I didn't space any of that. It looks like we're black. So we hadn't done this in a while. So we had Gamescom and the PlayStation showcase, and we haven't talked any MCU stuff. So I figured let's start with Black Widow, her lawsuit, and what that means going forward for MCU, because I think her lawsuit affected these released this theatrical window.
So, in terms of, you think whether or not they would be streaming stuff?
Yep.
I'm over here streaming stuff.
Yeah.
This fool looking like a fool.
I know. But I think her lawsuit helped them decide how they're going to go forward with release dates, and I think. So you think if Scarlett Johansson had not put out the lawsuit, they would have said, "Hey, we're going to do Shang-Chi the same digital and streaming"? I think if
streaming and theater at the same time.
I think a combination of Disney Plus and Disney Plus not being box office money, and I think Scarlett Johansson's lawsuit precipitated them saying Shang-Chi was going to just be an exclusive. They looked at the numbers and the drop-off from theatrical release and Disney Plus, the piracy, and they looked at Eternals and was like, yeah, let's just leave it in movie theaters.
Okay.
Because you don't get that without that type of data. Go ahead.
I won't say you're wrong, but it seems like the decisions like that are like months in advance to me.
Nope.
So I feel like
go ahead.
What I feel like is they knew from the jump they were going to make this strictly theater. I think because I feel like these decisions are made months in advance. Like you're not going to wait. I don't know if you can just change on a dime. You have these distributors and these partners that you're putting with people, and you're like, hey, this will be a stream release. This will be whatever, and not tell people you're going to theaters.
I disagree with you because we've seen it in the past. Warner Brothers last year, when they decided to make their entire slate day and date exclusive to HBO Max, proved they don't plan this stuff months in advance. Hold on, and we know that for a fact because the entire time Scarlett Johansson, her lawsuit is says, we were promised an exclusive to theaters, and this Disney Stuff Plus was not a part of our original agreement.
Sure.
And every agreement since they've gotten Disney Plus has changed to have explicit language in the contracts.
You seen these contracts?
The lawsuit that Scarlett Johansson has filed, lawyers have looked at it and said there is a clause in there about that they're going to be arguing over that basically says it does not mention Disney Plus. The language says theatrical release. So now they have to decide what is a theatrical release. Is Disney Plus a theatrical release? And so now the contracts that are signed now, Letitia Wright, the woman who's going to be Ironheart, those contracts now say appearances. They don't say theatrical.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Shang-Chi. Good point. Shang-Chi, right. You're right. I did see the movie. He said it right. Shang-Chi did those actors. Those contracts were signed.
True.
A long time ago.
What I'm saying is those actors. True. What I'm saying is going forward, they looked at the numbers. They looked at what Black Widow made that first week. It did well. the drop off for Black Widow was enormous.
Sure.
Blockbusters do have a huge drop off, but if you factor in Disney Plus and piracy, that was a bigger drop than they expected. On top of the fact that you're one of your major stars, one of the biggest stars, regardless how you feel about her I don't want to say her politics or how she handles roles. She is one of the Hollywood's elite actresses.
Are you working today?
I'm done.
You just here chilling?
Well, I had an article to finish up.
Well, we're live, so.
I mean, you can. That's fine. I was just curious. I just seen these random ladies walk down the hall.
Oh, not doing anything?
I only got nothing to do with that. That ain't my concern.
Oh,
I'm here to talk.
You're arrested at Alicia, right?
My shift still ends at 8.
Okay, you cool.
Yeah.
You cool. I was just like,
You saw what I said at Alicia, right?
Anyway. Okay, so I think the newest thing that I saw was Eternals did plan to. Oh man, it's so weird because you're still the master control nerd. Mine doesn't have that anymore, so I can't see the hide and show stuff on there. I can't see that here.
What?
I don't know what that even was.
So you have to click if supposedly the algorithm says questionable.
No. What I'm saying is I don't see it here because that's not. Because I have the. Well, you can't see it, but it's not the master account on here anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. So I can't see all that stuff.
So you just logged in on your regular stuff?
No, it's still nerds, but it's not like the master one. It's the other one.
Oh, you don't have any permissions?
No.
Interesting.
Great.
I control the world now.
All right.
No, what I was saying is that Shang-Chi was going to be a theatrical release, but we did not know if that included a Disney Plus release. They were not clear about that until we got closer to the movie. Eternals is the same thing, and they just released this past week.
They said there will be theatrical,
yep,
right?
But that was something they were waiting to see, the Shang-Chi box office numbers. They wanted to see because it had one of the largest Labor Day openings ever, and they wanted to see what the drop-off was in the movie theater.
D. Stiesel, personally, I don't care if Scajo gets paid or not, but Bob Chapek is an idiot. I mean, that is a theory.
Let me tell you why it's important that she gets paid. Because Kevin Feige said this is not what you want. He didn't want the talent to be, he didn't want this. And let me tell you why you care if Scarlett Johansson gets paid. Because you're not going to get anybody else talent-wise.
You're not getting A-list actors if you're not paying them.
Not just actors. Right now, the Russo brothers have not re-signed and have a big sticking point because of the Black Widow lawsuit that Scarlett Johansson has filed.
Sure.
Now, keep in mind, these are two people who have said that they would come back for Secret Wars, who said they would come back for Logan, for Wolverine. Mm-hmm. They have said they would come back. And these are the people who gave us arguably one of the best Captain America movies, who gave us Infinity War and Endgame.
And Community.
Huh?
Community.
I still need to finish that.
Yeah, they gave us some of the best episodes of Community.
But when you have a fight with your talent like that, and keep in mind, and regardless of how you feel about Black Widow, and again, regardless how you feel about Scarlett Johansson, what Disney did was misogynistic in a way because what they try to do is paint her as greedy. Sure. They try to paint her as a greedy woman instead of saying, if you worked extra hours, you would expect overtime. Mm-hmm. This was extra. Her movie was her payment was based on box office numbers. Instead, they went full court press, thinking that if they were mean to her and they painted her in this picture, people would side with them. I love Disney. I love what Disney makes. I will never side with that evil corporation when it comes to paying people.
Friends of the show, if y'all ever want to sponsor us, let us know.
Disney, we would take checks, Venmo, Bitcoin, Dogecoin,
all the coins.
All the coins.
Yeah. Mickey Bucks.
Mickey Bucks, no, because you'd only spend them there.
That's fine. I like Disney World.
I do, but I want to spend that money other places.
Fair enough. All right.
It's not gonna have me. What was it in what was the game where the money is you'd only spend it in the universe or whatever? Like those old mining towns where you had to live in it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a problem for Disney. And Disney made that mistake. Kevin Feige, through other people, say this is not a good look for you, because how are you going to hire people to come and work with you if you're doing this?
Yeah. So here's the bad news is, or looking overall macro level, it is bad for Disney, but I'm happy that it seems like Scarlett Johansson doesn't have a problem with Marvel.
No, and that's who she's suing. She's suing
Right.
Disney.
She kind of left Marvel out of it. I think that's cool. Now, granted, Disney owns Marvel for whatever, but I'm glad that there's no friction between the people that work at Marvel and Kevin Feige and his organization. So I assume cooler heads are gonna, because like we said, Disney is a business. They want money.
Yeah.
So they'll figure something out to make her happy or something, because they want to keep making these billion-dollar franchise movies. They'll figure something out, and it'll wrap up. I think they'll get back to making movies.
Not only that, this is another thing. If you upset your cast, that makes it that much harder to bring them back for things. We see that a lot of these people have been doing double duty, and not just as actors in the live action. They voiced characters in What If. We heard Chadwick Boseman, we heard Michael Rooker, we heard all of these different people voice their characters in animation. So you piss this woman off. She talks. She got friends. All of them they literally got Avengers tattoos, man.
Yeah.
So you really don't want to rock that boat. And that's why I say that lawsuit is very important, how that gets resolved.
It's funny that you say that, because so the original 6, in terms of they all got tattoos, but let's think who would come back. Scarlett Johansson is probably, like, even if she got paid, she's probably done, right?
But this is what I'm saying is this is
I'm
Marvel.
not right. What? No. I'm not talking about the talking. What I'm asking is, I'm just trying to think of
logically who could come back.
Right, like who's still viable? Because like Scarlett, let's say she's probably done, right?
I will say this: nobody's done, because if you're doing a Marvel franchise, anybody can be brought back.
Yeah.
And so that's why I said you don't know what kind of story they're going to tell. So try not to piss them off, because how great would it be to see your original 6 people, your original 5 actors, the original Avengers come back?
Yeah. To me though, I feel like Downey's done. Now, granted, he may make an appearance as a
That's
whatever.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
But like big picture, I feel like Downey's done. I feel like Scarlett's done. Chris seems to be done. Like he wants to do other stuff. He may come back as an appearance. And so to me, that leaves, you got Mark Ruffalo, is he in She-Hulk or not?
Yes, he's in She-Hulk.
Okay.
You got Mark Ruffalo. You got Ruffalo and Hemsworth.
You got Hemsworth, who definitely
and you got
Thor.
Renner
with Hawkeye. So I feel like you got those 3 that are still kind of messing around doing stuff.
Well, see, this is the thing, and that's why I said, perfect example. Let's say in a perfect world, you get down the line, right? You go through, you get the Fantastic Four, you bring in the X-Men, you bring in mutants, you have all of these things, you get to the point where you're doing Secret Wars, your Doom is your big bad. See, monitor just went out again. I don't know why it happens, I don't know why it does that, but I will fight you, monitor. I will fight you and I will fix you. Imagine a movie, a secret appearance, kind of like we had with Mark Hamill being Luke Skywalker at the end of Mandalorian. Imagine you do a Secret Wars movie and the original 5 from another universe shows up. We have the multiverse.
Sure.
Could you imagine being in the movie theater and those 5 people showed up through a portal? Or picked up, like, imagine Spider-Man's on the ground and then you see a metal hand and you're like, oh, that's Riri, or that's, Rhodey, and you realize it's Robert Downey Jr.
Sure.
When you have these lawsuits and you have these problems with actors, creatively, you can't tell some of the same stories because you've pissed them off. And then it doesn't have the same effect as just seeing 1 versus all 5.
Right.
And that's what I'm looking at. Keep this woman happy. She's not asking for the world. And 2, you've already seen a movie theater or a movie studio do it, because Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot were quiet as I don't know what after they got Venmo'd some ducats.
Yeah. Patty has since come out and said she wished 84 was only theaters. She said it was, there was an interview she was kind of wishing that Wonder Woman 84 was only in theaters because it kind of affected box office. But I mean, they did get paid.
I liked 84,
but
I wouldn't go to the movie theater to see that.
I didn't like 84.
I liked what they tried to do. I did. I liked what they tried to do. 84 wasn't that great.
It wasn't.
I'm just saying.
No.
But yeah, we've seen that you can. I'm trying not to say what I'm about to say. You throw enough money at the problem, it goes away.
Yeah, so, essentially. Disney has all the money.
You have the money.
Yeah.
So why are you fighting with her?
I wonder now is the issue, do they not want to have more of these contracts where the stars are getting back in points?
I wonder if it's, you will do what I say when I say to do it.
I mean, people like to be in charge. They don't want to be questioned.
It's not just in charge. You're trying to make that delineation that, oh yes, you are a big star. However, we are Disney, and we will crush you.
Sure.
And that goes for everybody down the line. In other words, they're saying if we can do this to Scarlett Johansson, who are you to challenge us?
D. Steezel says it's been a hot minute, so y'all got to do a 4-hour stream tonight. So here's the thing: I am technically off tonight, so I can go forever. Leroy has a show he has to do. Leroy has a show he has to do, so he can keep getting paid. Okay,
First of all, there are 2 people up there that I was told that are capable of doing these jobs.
Okay, don't put that to the theory tonight. But
I'm not. But I was told.
You do bring up an interesting theory about down the line of us doing longer streams more than just an hour, if depending on when we start shooting. But we'll figure all that out.
The goal is to do this more frequently, get this back together. But we're trying to see if we can get this.
Feasibly, we should be able to do this until when are the playoffs? January?
Yeah.
So yeah, feasibly this should be available until January until my shift moves back to Monday to Friday. But we got time.
Yeah. It's so that's why I think this lawsuit is not good for them. It's a minor hiccup, I think, but it's. Go ahead.
Joe Ellis, I think the issue is the new guy that is in charge. He came from the parks. I don't think he knows how to deal with the entertainment side of the house.
It might be. Because whoever wrote that press release, that was scorched earth. That was a Lannister wrote that press release.
It's interesting when these big companies have these issues and they have people write these press releases and they seem so tone deaf and not paying attention. Because I think of that one, and then also think of the one when the Activision employees were like, yo, y'all need to change stuff. And then the first press release they sent out was like not good. And then eventually Bobby Kotick was like, yeah, we don't know why they wrote that. We shouldn't have wrote that. But it's just interesting to think. In the social media world, you would think they would have more savvier people to be like, no, we can write this differently.
And see, and what I wonder is who gave that okay?
Yeah.
And because that's the thing that I'm wondering, who decided to go scorched earth? Because that's something you don't want to do. Because you don't want to burn bridges. You don't want to, because you never know what down the line, what projects you want to work, and she wants to work. She could be bringing you. Scarlett Johansson probably eventually doesn't want to just act. She may want to produce. She may want to direct. Wouldn't it be cool that you could be one of the companies or entities that goes down the line and is like, hey, let's do something.
Yeah.
Fernando Frazier, you are right. Disney chose violence. Disney was like this. Lawsuit?
Yeah.
Burn everything to the ground.
Yeah.
She was literally Cersei. Was that season 6?
I don't remember.
When she with the dragon fire?
Yeah.
That's what Cersei did. She Disney dragon fired everything.
So I think in big picture, I think this is all going to get resolved.
I think so too.
I think it is. I think it'll be a wake up call for Disney, but I think it'll all get resolved because I don't see them being a Warner Brothers issue where like, holy crap, what's going on? Because so far this is kind of the only slip up, and it wasn't even Marvel slip up; it was Disney slip up.
But see, this is the funny thing: Warner Brothers had their slip up, and Disney still made this mistake. That's what's so mind blowing to me. Because when Warner Brothers made their mistake, we reported Denis Villeneuve, Denzel Washington. We talked about Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot. A lot of people were upset because Lionsgate was about to sue Warner Brothers. Mm-hmm. We talked about the fact that you can't just do this, and it may be great for the consumer, but you can't do this. You had contracts, you had deals set up. Lionsgate with Dune, Kong versus I don't know, the King of the Monsters. Woo! Bat baby. They talked about, we had a theatrical window. We had plans for this. I don't understand why Disney did it. That's my question, because you saw how badly Warner Brothers handled this and had to write checks. Mm-hmm. You should have seen this coming. You don't play with people money.
You don't. That's very true.
Yeah.
All right. Enough negative talk. We talk positive talk. We haven't talked video games in a while, and it's been great because we got a smorgasbord of new games coming out. You have gone on record about whenever we have these showcases, you're always like, show me gameplay, stop showing me cinematics.
Right.
And Sony said, okay, stay tuned to this. We'll show you some gameplay.
Oh, Sony. So let's start with Gamescom. Let's start with, because we didn't.
You would do that. I don't remember what was shown at Gamescom.
Really?
I enjoyed, because I don't remember stuff, man. I enjoyed what came up, but I don't remember what was at Gamescom. Elden Ring was that game. Well, we're talking about opening night, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so that wasn't even Elden Ring, because Elden Ring was
the night before.
No, Elden Ring was E3.
I thought we got more.
Gamescom. I don't even remember what games.
See, I expected you to remember Gamescom because I didn't. Because you were always like, Gamescom is one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
And you
for
always.
that night.
So I was like,
the next day it's gone.
So I figured you were the one who was like, because me, when I saw, because I really don't pick the PlayStation Showcase, I was like, what are y'all gonna show? Because I really didn't expect much, and then they dropped bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb, and I was like.
Friend of the show, Anna Grace, sent us a text. I clicked on the live stream and I was hit with waves of nostalgia. Miss you guys. Miss you too, AG. I don't know if you're still watching or not, but yeah.
AG, the original OG 11 o'clock producer.
Yeah. So that was that. What was I going to say? I'm looking up Gamescom stuff now just to remember.
Because Gamescom, to me, it was very heavy Nintendo and Microsoft. In my opinion, from what I remember. And we didn't get that much more insight on the games. You know, I have this thing that I can click on, right? And just type in Gamescom.
Yeah, but I thought you might want to see the chat. I mean, I got it.
I can do both.
But I can do both, too. That's what I'm saying.
I can do both, sir.
Okay, that's cool.
See, look. Typed on that. Gamescom. You're right. Elden Ring.
Elden Ring was at Gamescom?
Yeah. I'm gonna be
the first time? I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
You are terrible.
I mean, it don't really matter what was there. Video games. All this to say is video games are looking great, right? So what? Video games are good. We done? Show's over. Stream's done. What?
So let's talk about it. So Gamescom had Elden Ring. They had Midnight Suns. They had Halo Infinite. Was it multiplayer? Is that one of the that was one of the things that we saw?
Yeah.
We saw Horizon Zero Dawn. Did we?
I don't remember that.
I want to say yeah, we did because that's when they released they released the trailer and more gameplay, and then the next day they were like they pushed it to February. It was Gamescom they released that they talked about. It was coming out in February. Yeah, I wasn't impressed with Gamescom. I wasn't.
Because you had more cinematics and not trailers or not gameplay?
I'm gonna be honest with you, and you guys might get mad at me. Nothing that Gamescom showed me, I was really interested in.
I forgot the first thing that they showed at Gamescom was Saints Row, a reboot of Saints Row. I like Saints Row.
Oh yeah, it has a following.
Saints Row definitely backed itself into a corner with you becoming, spoiler alert, you becoming the president at one point, or at least you take on the president, and then you go into virtual reality Matrix style. You also do go to hell and fight the devil. Yeah, Gat out of Hell DLC, you do fight the devil. So they kind of backed themselves into a corner. Like, where do you go from that? At that point, you kind of just reboot the franchise.
I have never played Saints Row, and that sounds insane to me.
Yeah, it's wild because you get superpowers. Yeah. Not in that one, but the one before. It's a fun game.
Okay.
It would start off as a GTA clone, and then it kind of became its own thing. I like what the new Saints Row looks like. I think there's kind of been backlash because people, I guess they wanted them to continue to get more and more extreme, but like, you fought the devil. What you?
I mean, where do you go from there?
Yeah, I don't know what you wanted them to do.
You punch God. You punch God in the face.
In a similar token, like, I don't know what the next Fast and Furious is going to do. They went to space.
No, Negroes went to space.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Still,
oh, you know what's going to happen.
Somebody went to space.
No, you know what's going to happen.
I don't.
They have to cross over with either one of two franchises.
Don't you say Jurassic Park.
Okay, I won't. They have to cross over with one or two franchises. One of them I can't say. The other one is
Transformers. That's not Universal. That's Paramount. Or who's?
I mean,
I don't know. Is that what you were thinking?
Dom literally took two chains.
First of all,
pulled down
Uh-huh.
an entire structure.
That was CGI Dom.
That was Dom.
That was very bad CGI Dom.
First of all, that was Dom.
No, that was CGI. That was like, this looks bad, but keep going.
Dom pulled down a structure.
He did. It did
to
die.
save them.
I would argue
from
that he
Cypher.
didn't save them.
Hold on. Not done.
Okay.
They sent two African American people to space.
They did.
And a Fiera.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Fast 9, man, what are you doing?
I'm just saying, you can't, like, the only thing you can top that is Dom is in a Charger in space, and the Millennium Falcon flies through, and they do the Kessel Run together.
Yeah.
And then they take on Kylo Ren in the First Order, and they take down the Emperor while Dom says, family. And Rey comes out with a double-bladed yellow lightsaber and strikes down Kylo Ren before he yells his undying declaring love for Rey, and then Finn runs in yelling Rey 7 times.
Great. So let's
Fast
run
10.
Let's run down Gamescom. I found something on what is it?
I had
Games
it right
Radar?
here, sir.
I found something on Games Radar.
I pulled it up right here for you.
I don't trust Forbes. I mean, not for like
your
video
boy
games.
works there.
No, he doesn't. He works at Bloomberg.
I thought it was Forbes.
Nope.
Oh.
You talking about Schreier?
Yeah.
Yes, it was Bloomberg.
I was incorrect.
Yep.
I stand corrected.
Saints Row.
Yep.
Marvel's Midnight Suns. So here was something interesting because when we got that, all we saw was
a
cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
And they said the reveal was coming. I think IGN did the reveal. I kind of like what that looks like, but
really?
I like tactics games.
I don't. See, I don't like.
I love XCOM.
See, I don't like tactics games, and I don't like permadeath.
Well, I mean, you're fighting with the mutants. I don't think, or with Marvel's people. They're probably not permadeath on that. I don't think.
XCOM is known for permadeath.
XCOM is, yes. I don't think Midnight Suns is going to be because you're not killing Iron Man and never playing with him.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was XCOM, I would put permadeath in it and be like, you can turn it on, go nuts, see if you can do it. If you can do like if I'm a game developer, you damn right I'm gonna do it.
Okay, so you don't care about Midnight Sun, that's fine. Next game was,
and not only do I not care about Midnight Suns, I'm mad that they put in marquee characters that were not part of Midnight Suns, sir.
I mean,
I have Midnight Suns comics. I thought it was cool. They brought in one of the kids from Runaways. Was that Nico? And then her mom. I thought that was cool. I was like, bravo, not going with a cheesy villain. I thought that was cool. But I was like, Captain America? Why is Captain Marvel in here? And why is Iron Man? I wanted Midnight Suns. Give me a horror
So here's
game.
the thing. They haven't named everybody that's in the game.
Yeah, they have.
No, they haven't.
We saw the trailer. They're in the game.
Right. What I'm saying is, they didn't show everybody. They said there are other characters coming.
Ah, okay.
So you may get your original people who are in there.
Well, I guess
the question is going to be: is it going to be the DLC that you have to pay for?
Well, I'm definitely.
Well,
I'm not buying it.
Is that going to be DLC that I have to pay for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wanted a true horror Midnight Suns game.
Yeah.
I don't want a tactics game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Vanguard. I have not played a Call of Duty game
since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, right?
That's correct. I'm okay with that decision. that's about it. I'm okay with that decision.
What else? What else you got?
Halo Infinite.
I can see your halo, halo, halo.
So this was interesting because I want to say Microsoft also had something at Gamescom, and people were like, "This sucks."
It wasn't Halo Infinite. They learned their lesson.
What I'm
Halo
saying is
Infinite
like,
actually looks decent. The multiplayer.
yeah, the multiplayer looks cool, and I don't know if Did you have an X? Yeah, you had an Xbox. So did you play the Flight thing that came out?
Flight Simulator?
No. There was a thing called Halo Flight. It was like a beta, but they called it a Flight.
No.
Okay, it was a few months, maybe a month ago. Multiplayer looks fun. The cinematic for the multiplayer looked good. We still haven't seen single player in a while, which has people worried. That game comes out in Halo. We haven't seen Halo single player in a long time.
No. We hadn't seen anything from the campaign since they've pushed it back.
Right. That game comes out in December.
Yep. Supposedly.
I think it's going to come out.
I don't know. Hey,
knows?
hold on. I will never say it's coming out.
That's true. Until you
Cyberpunk 2077.
I mean, yeah.
How wrong was I on that?
To be fair, that game did come out. It was just bad. But it came out. Yeah.
I would argue it still hasn't come out.
Okay, fair enough. Cult of the Lamb. That was like a digital chibi looking game. Looks kind of like a Binding of Isaac style. I don't know if it's a roguelike or if it's a bullet hell type game, but that could be interesting.
Which one was the Viking looking game that we saw the trailer for, or was that E3?
That might have been E3. Midnight Fight Express. That was like a beat 'em up, kind of like a Streets of Rage style game. That looked pretty cool. We had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. The big reveal there was that April's playable, and April looked cool. April had a move where she fought and she ended a combo by dropping the mic.
Why do you like this one versus the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game that they previewed that was coming out?
It's the same game.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was a different game because you did not like this when this was announced.
I didn't. April O'Neil.
Really?
I was like, I don't know the combos.
Okay.
And granted, maybe it was the way the trailer was cut. They had a different. I don't know who was playing the game, but the combos for that look great.
The way you talked about that game, I thought you did not like it.
I didn't till I saw the combo system with April.
All right.
So I'm assuming the Turtles have the same thing. What else we got? We got Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles. I don't remember that, so I can't really talk about that. Super Monkey Ball, Banana Mania. If you haven't played Super Monkey Ball, it's fun. I feel like you would. Katie might like it.
Again, these are games I thought okay. Nothing jumped out at me except for Death Stranding, but I'd already played it.
Yeah.
And I will wait until a PS5 Ultimate version, whatever
that exists now.
The director's cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll wait until, and I was like, I'm interested. I'd go back.
Okay.
Because
Splitgate. So I don't have the coordination to really take people on in multiplayer shooters, but from what I've heard, it seems like people saying they get Halo vibes from it, like Halo multiplayer vibes.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I never really was a big Halo multiplayer, but I'll give Destiny credit. Destiny to me is one of the easiest multiplayer, best multiplayer for just anybody.
Okay.
I do believe they scale it the best based on your skill level, in my opinion.
This game from Ubisoft, Riders Republic.
Why does that sound familiar?
That is the game. I think it's made by the same company or the
John Donuts. What's up?
It's the same group that did Steep, which was the snowboarding and the extreme winter
Okay,
stuff.
yeah.
So they've kind of added dirt biking, windsuits.
Is that Print?
Hmm?
Prina. I don't know how to say that. I can't. The screen's too far away. Talking about Saints Row, which you were talking about a second ago. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember something for UFL. Football, cool. I got nothing against football games. I don't know.
You already know my
what's your stance on football games? And sorry, when I say football, well, I mean
all sports games. I think bringing out a sports game every year is stupid. I think you should just do one disc and DLC every year. Charge $30 to $40 every year. Update the rosters. And keep it moving. Stop sending out discs.
So this is the one that's made by the company that this is like their first football game. Mm-hmm. So it's not like Madden football.
Yeah.
It's not American football. It's like soccer football.
Because the problem I have with this, and again, I'm one of the people who wants the physical copy. Mm-hmm. But I feel like every year making a Madden game is a waste of time. Because at the end of the year, they're $10.
Yeah.
And
Lego Skywalker Saga.
That one I'm kinda... Because the Lego...
I feel like that's something you and Katie could play.
Well, I don't want to say this, but I don't care how she feels about Star Wars, man. Like, I like it.
Okay.
Because that's the thing.
Oh, is this something you and Evan could play? Or that you'll watch?
Eventually. But I like Lego games. I think they're actually pretty fun. And I love Legos and I love Star Wars. So that to me was interesting. But I don't care if she likes it or not because it's Star Wars.
Here was one. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you saw this. Dokev or Dokev.
I had that picture up a second ago.
That looked wild, and that was a trailer that was like 7 or 8 minutes. That went on and on and on. Yeah, DokeV. That looked so crazy. Jurassic World Evolution 2. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it didn't look good. Well, you know what? It looked okay. I didn't care for it.
Far Cry 6.
Didn't care for it. Oh, well, you know what? Far Cry 6.
It's got Giancarlo.
The last Far Cry game they got repetitive after a while.
Well, I think that's a big issue with Ubisoft games overall.
Yeah.
They try to make them so big to give you so much to do. It's kind of a lot of filler.
And it seems repetitive. And,
Yeah.
and then you keep playing the side quests and you forget what your actual...
I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla right now, and I kind of have like a paralysis thing where like there's so much to do, I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. So that's what I'm playing as a Valhalla, and I kind of put that down because there's so much to do in it.
I'm with you. One disc until a major innovation is made. It cuts down in the environment. You still have the disc. You can download whatever you need.
Yeah.
Update. Yeah, like stop making this disc every year.
Some vampire game, I think it was a Vampire Masquerade game, Blood Hunt, Torador.
Okay, that's enough Gamescom. I don't care anymore.
Oh, gosh.
Because you had to look up Gamescom to figure out what you liked, right?
I had to look it up because it was so far away.
But what I'm saying is nothing stood out to you.
You might be right. Let me go
So
back to this again.
the reason why I said it, let's contrast that to the PlayStation showcase we just had.
Yeah.
And you can tell me...
So the issue, I agree to a certain extent. The thing is, that just happened yesterday, so it's easier for me to remember everything.
Really? So for me, the fact that the games that they listed, I could tell you... If that had happened at E3 last year, I could tell you this year. Because that's the games.
Hey y'all, since we have just decided that I can do this on Fridays, we gonna keep this. Y'all heard what Leroy said, so let's quiz him in a month and see if he remembers everything that came out from PlayStation.
I don't remember everything. I can tell you what I'm excited for.
Oh, okay.
The 3 games that I got hyped for. Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, and I hate to say this.
It's not God of War?
KOTOR.
Huh.
Because I'm one of those people who's like, stop, just do a different
You do say stop
and I'm
doing
like,
remakes.
They're killing me, man. Like KOTOR coming, like a remake of KOTOR, like a real remake.
We've talked
Like
about
for
this.
real, son? Really real?
I almost feel like there needs to be a council of gamers that have some rules in place. And one of the rules should be, if you're going to do a remake of a game, it needs to be like at least 2 generations ago.
Uncharted.
I don't need a remastered PS5 Uncharted.
Yeah.
It's not even Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. It's Uncharted Lost Legacy and Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
I was like, that was just PS4.
Which was the weakest Uncharted, by the way.
Which one? The 4th one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What do you think is the best Uncharted?
2.
Interesting.
I'd probably say 2, and then I'd probably say Lost Legacy, and then
Really?
1, 3, and 4.
I go 2 and 3, 1, Lost Legacy, then 4.
I really liked Nadine and, was it Claudia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the chemistry between those 2 characters.
I like
Lost
3
Legacy.
only because the plane crashing, and then the pirates, like that, just the ship. To me, that right there, to me, defined Uncharted. Okay. That right there. No, that's the reason why I say Gamescom didn't impress me as much as is because we saw gameplay with Spider-Man.
Yep.
And I want to scroll up because I don't want to. I want to give credit where credit was due. Someone called it out, and somebody said it. And when we talked about video games, said it was D Stiesel. We were talking video games, and they were talking up there while we were talking about something else. And D Stiesel brought it up, said Kraven's a very underrated character. And as I was listening to the trailers, I'm watching gameplay, and I'm watching the 2 Spider-Man, and I'm like, you saw the original Spider-Man, then you saw Miles Morales, you're like, and then you hear the voice, and you're like, that's Russian. And then you're like, and then you realize it's Kraven, and then you hear Tony Dodd's voice, and you see that image, and you're like, and he's like, "We're game," and I think that's what he said,
something like that. Yeah,
and you're like, "Am I going to get Kraven and Venom in the game with Miles and Peter? Is this Maximum Carnage updated?"
That'd be cool.
Like, see, like that to me. Nothing in Gamescom gave me that.
Sure. I'm curious if it's a co-op game. Like, are you going to be able to play somebody's Miles and somebody's Peter? Or is it going to be you're one or the other and then maybe a CPU person controls them? Because they showed a team-up move with them taking down a bad guy.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be cool.
Kind of like Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. And then it's not a rumor, it's just that some people are wondering, would you get to play as Venom in some parts?
Can you imagine?
I was like, that'd be cool.
And this is what I'm excited for. I want to see when you have the full competency as a developer with the PS5. What do you do with Spider-Man? Not with the DLC, basically with Miles. What do you do with an integrated system of Miles, Peter, Venom, and with the hardware that the PS5 brings to the table? We've seen with Ratchet and Clank. We've seen what this actual system can do. This game is 2 years out. How amazing is that, in my opinion? And Insomniac's in charge of it?
Yeah. So, a game that you mentioned was...
Hold on.
Okay.
How much y'all want? Because, I mean, you got me.
A game that you mentioned was Marvel's Wolverine. Oh, that was a cinematic trailer. You said you don't like cinematic trailers.
But this is the thing I will say, and I've said this before, and I made the mistake because I believed in the developer. But I was bitten. CD Projekt Red hurt me. I haven't been able to go back. They hurt me with Cyberpunk. But Sony, as much as we've crapped on Sony for how they've done their digital sales, how they have not done a good job of making sure everybody who wants a PS5 can get one, I will say that Sony stepped up to the plate when Cyberpunk was released, and it was crappy, and they pulled it. I believe that with Insomniac, this being a studio handling Wolverine, the potential of a Wolverine game is unlimited. And I would love to see who all is in a Wolverine game and what the control scheme looks like. How is this going to... Just the possibility of an actual, real Wolverine game.
Did you play the one where like the skin deformed? I heard that was pretty good. It was like maybe 2-3 generations ago. Maybe like PS, man, it might have been Xbox 360, but like the big thing was Wolverine could get deformed, damage and stuff, and the skin would come off and bones and everything, and they would regrow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ken from Chicago, everywhere. Cyberpunk hurt me everywhere. The potential for a Wolverine game and the potential for who's in a Wolverine game, to me, is what's so exciting, because like you just mentioned, the character that is Wolverine, the regeneration, how do you deal with health, what kind of powers do you have, do you level up kind of like you did with in God of War, how you have different, like, will you pick up weapons, will you lose the adamantium in the game, like what is going to happen, who's in the game? Are we going to see Laura Kinney? Are we going to see X-23, also known as Wolverine? Are we going to see Honey Badger? Are we going to see Cyber, Maverick, Gambit, Sabretooth? Like, who could be in this game from the Wolverine universe? Are you going to see X-Men? Are you going to see X-Force? I don't know. And to me, the potential for this, considering it's Insomniac, considering it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, we don't have a date, that is what I want. And that gives me hope. Okay. And that's why I said I will remember this, because Rayshawn K, Omega Red. A boss fight with Omega Red? I cannot. So O'Keefe Robinson, supposedly there's a screenshot of the trailer that has a bumper, a license plate that says Hulk 181 or HK 181. Okay. Which would give you the first appearance, arguably the first appearance of Hulk, Wolverine. I mean, They're throwing it out there. Deadpool would be nice. Omega Red, of course. You have so many different potential characters that I'm excited because I've seen how well they've handled Spider-Man.
Yeah. And as great as that is, that's probably at least 3 years away.
Take your time.
If Spider-Man 2 is 2023, that's 2024 at the earliest.
I'll wait
maybe,
2025.
which is
I'll
fine.
wait.
Because it could work out that we have like a little mini renaissance of really great superhero games again, where we would have Spider-Man 2. You would probably have Gotham Knights coming out maybe around that time, or
I
the
thought
year
Gotham
before.
Knights was supposed to come out next year.
Possibly. But you have Gotham Knights. You also have Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out. So, I mean, we could have a nice run of 3 or 4 years where we're getting a bunch of great superhero games back to back, which would be awesome.
And that's why I said, for me, Wolverine has the biggest potential because it sets itself up for a button masher like a God of War. Now, I will cede the floor to you to tell the people how excited you were to see God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, I wasn't as excited. Calm down. I can't wait to play the game, but seeing as like
That hurt me.
I already know the game's going to be good. So seeing as like, oh, this is just more proof that I'm ready to see it. It wasn't a surprise to see it.
Really?
To me, I'm like, yeah, because we're expecting the game to come out. They had talked about at one point the game was going to be 2021. It's now been pushed back to 2022. It's like, yeah, this looks awesome.
Okay.
I do like that they have the Norse god of war, and I can't remember what his name is, but they have other gods of war in different mythologies. Mm-hmm. They said this is the end of the Norse mythology overall. So I wonder, not to get too far ahead, but I wonder where God of War is going to go after this.
Oh,
like what mythology they're going to tackle next.
You know where I want them to go?
Where? Egypt?
I want them to go either Egypt, or I want them to go to Africa with the Orishis, or let them go to the Far East.
That'd be cool.
Let them fight the Monkey King.
Yeah. Oh,
see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Go ham.
Yeah.
There's so many different mythologies you can play with. Or I got one better. God of War. I'm a team up. I got you. So just do the gods instead of him going after them. Mm-hmm. They resurrect all the gods and they're like, we need to kill Kratos. Mm-hmm. And he basically has to give in to that. I'm no longer he's basically a reluctant fighter this entire time, right? Mm-hmm. No, make him the villain. He goes ham, and you have to basically you have to fight Kratos, and your son has to team up with all the gods he fought to bring down Kratos because now he's out of control. He basically it's that idea of, oh, you want me to be the bad guy? Because I'm gonna be the bad guy.
Y'all need to listen. That was a cry for help for Leroy.
I'm just saying, man.
Because Kratos has already been that. We've already done that with the original David Jaffe God of Wars.
I know.
We don't need to do it again.
Yeah, we do. You know why?
Because we already rebooted it. Kratos is mad dad, sad dad now.
That's the point. It's the never-ending cycle. In other words, at the end of the game, as Kratos assumes this mantle, and then he realizes that's my lot in life. Mm-hmm. You have the moment. Spoiler alert for those of you. That was what happened with Darth Maul. Darth Maul realized my lot in life is to be the loser. Mm-hmm. I wanted greatness, but I could not achieve greatness because my lot in life, I was a pawn this entire time. Whereas Kratos thinks that he is the actual control.
Darth Maul or Loki?
Darth Maul.
Oh, okay.
And
sounds like Loki too. Now that you say that.
But the thing is that's the wonderful thing about it. That Kratos thought that he was in control of his destiny. I hate that term, but he was in charge of everything in his life that happened. Mm-hmm. And then he realizes through death and rebirth, that is exactly what he's supposed to be. You are the reaper of everything bad that comes, and that's your lot in life.
Okay.
Imagine that at the end of the day.
Brian Gamer says sounds just like Loki. Yeah.
True. I mean, but that to me that would be just a gut punch. To realize that you are supposed to basically.
BBP says Kratos takes on Jesus.
I think Kratos can take Jesus.
Oh man.
Because Jesus would be trying to hug him and stuff. And
Oh no.
but yeah, think about it. To me, I would like to play that.
Okay. D. Diesel, Chris Judge did do a great job voicing T'Challa. For my people who are playing Avengers, did you guys like the War for Wakanda expansion? I enjoyed it. It was like maybe 3-4 hours. It wasn't long. But again, it's so weird because Avengers is not the game everybody thought it was going to be for sure. But I do commend them for giving you this content for free because they could charge for it.
Yeah, they can't because they already told you it was going to be free.
Well, no, what I'm saying is before they could have been like, these are paid DLC expansions.
I think
they haven't charged for anything.
I think they knew it wasn't going to be great, and they were like, make it free.
Interesting.
Because that's just me. But no, the reason why I bring that up is because I thought that those games were they were statement games. So what did you think about KOTOR? The announcement of KOTOR? Because you didn't play any of the Star Wars games.
I played Star Wars games. I didn't play Knights of the Old Republic.
That's what I'm saying. Like that. Yeah. Well, I mean, then you didn't play Star Wars games.
Sir, I played Dark Alliance.
I
played TIE Fighter. I played
I'll give you that
Shadow of the Empire.
Okay.
I played Star Wars games.
Whoa, calm down. You didn't
play Star Wars.
You didn't play KOTOR, sir.
Okay, there's other Star Wars games.
Well, actually.
Okay. But yeah.
We should do a new show called Well, actually.
I am excited for the remake because I haven't touched it before, so that's cool. I can get in on that. And I heard that they're bringing back a lot of the original voice actors because I heard Jennifer Hale's coming back. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Is this so? Actually, don't tell me anything on it because I want to be surprised. I think I've heard stuff about it, but I kind of forgot it, so it'll be surprising never comes.
Ken from Chicago, I have, and nothing he does has topped what Kratos has done so far. Revelations is 1 book. God of War is 6 games.
We're not doing this. No, sir. I didn't come back here for this.
For hot takes?
Not in the very first one. For us to get canceled after the first one.
I want to see the headlines. Jeez. Gamer compares Jesus to a video game character because he has games.
No, sir.
But so what were some of the other stuff that you saw from the showcase? Because you watched it. Because I was texting you.
Yeah.
And then you actually watched the showcase.
Oh, so you still didn't watch it?
I've watched parts of it, but I haven't.
I mean, you kind of named all the big stuff. There was a game. It was very charming. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a girl who apparently is able to inhabit the bodies of animals and explore a world. Looks kind of interesting, kind of cute, vibrant color.
You didn't even mention the game that you were talking about, Project Athena, Forspoken.
I forgot about it already.
Golly, man!
Yeah.
You were the So for those of you who don't know, I had to pick up Michael earlier today, and we were riding, and he was one. He's like, "Oh, did you see Forspoken?" I was like, and he was like, "The girl in the green." I was like, "Project Eve," and he was like, "Okay, that looked interesting." And I'm like, "Now you just
did for a second.
Yeah,
I already forgot. I'm clear they weren't great.
Oh man,
Forspoken could be interesting.
Yeah.
That one it was a team of writers. It's Square Enix's game.
Yeah.
And one of the writers is the guy who wrote Rogue One. One of the writers on Rogue One. I can't remember his name now.
Let's look up.
He used to be a game writer or a video games journalist, and now he became a writer. He wrote Book of Eli. He did some other stuff. I can't remember.
Still mad about that movie.
I know you are.
I'm still mad. Let's look him up.
British guy. I can't think of his name.
Why is this not... The spacebar doesn't seem to be working on it. I may have to change the battery out on this one. Chris Weitz? Is it Tony Gilroy?
No, some other people. Who else is on the writers?
Gary Whitta?
Gary Whitta. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
He's one of the writers on the Forspoken game. And it has me excited because I know he's had his hand in some other stuff, and that's cool.
Okay.
It looks cool. The particle effects in it look great. African-American woman, well, black woman, I don't know if she's African-American or not, but black woman, whoever. She gets sucked into some fantasy world, and she's fighting stuff. You need to see it because the thing that's really cool is it's designed, I think it's only on PlayStation 5. I don't think it's going to be on Series X. And the way she moves through the world, the movement and traversal is incredible in terms of how fast she moves through stuff. It looks really cool. And then the Project Eve thing, it looks like a combination of a Nier Automata / Bayonetta / Scarlet Nexus, all kinds of just that Japanese anime stuff.
I'm all for it. My only question is, and I know, and I don't want to question. My only problem is
Black British. Thank you. There we go. Because yeah, I've seen the actress who's playing her. I think it was the same actress who was in the new Charlie's Angels movie.
my only question with that is I need more. Like I'm hoping whoever because we've got a lot of these games that look pretty. Mm-hmm. And then the play is just, you know what I'm saying? Because that looks amazing. That game looks beautiful. Like when she goes out of the space station or whatever, and like you see whatever the growth on it, I'm like, I will buy a new TV for this.
Okay.
I mean, it looked incredible because I'm watching it on a monitor at work.
Yeah.
And then I look at it, and I'm like, oh, that's amazing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm hoping it's not just pretty colors and we actually have a great story that goes with it. Mm-hmm. But I really was impressed with this showcase. And I got to give Sony credit. They may not have the plethora of games and studios that Microsoft has.
That'd be interesting. Chat, who has... I don't need to know who has more. If you guys know how many studios Microsoft has.
I think Microsoft has more now.
I don't know.
With the purchase of ZeniMax, I think they have more.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But the quality of these games, because we know the studios behind them. We know Square Enix and not Crystal Dynamics is working.
Thank you, Brian Gamer.
What?
They're just talking about. You did say Cyberpunk was going to be Game of the Year.
I did.
Because we'd had a bet on it.
I know.
I think it was like a Chick-fil-A sandwich. More than likely, it was probably a Chick-fil-A meal.
And I paid it.
Did you?
I've lost all of them.
Fair enough. No. You were supposed to shave your beard.
You were not supposed to remember that.
Now it's all coming back. You were supposed to shave your beard.
First of all, you were not supposed to remember that.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A sandwiches are what we bet because my wife told me to stop betting that so I could stop buying you food.
That's what it was. Okay.
That was exactly what happened. Cool. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cyberpunk hurt me because I really and then it came and it was broken and let me tell you how much Cyberpunk has hurt me.
Have you played it yet?
Nope.
Okay, because you did buy it cheap, right? Yeah. I started it because I got the special edition Cyberpunk Xbox or whatever. I started playing it and I haven't gone back to it. No, you can't have my Xbox.
No, you want the statue? Oh, you bought the Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Not the whole super console or the super game edition. Just the
console. I was this close to pulling the trigger and buying a special edition with all the stuff, and I saw the statue at MegaCon, and I almost bought it.
For how much was it?
Don't worry about it.
Was it more than the retail price of the thing when it came out?
No.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
No. It was basically somebody was selling all the stuff without the game, and I was like, I don't need that. I got the game. But I really because I love the idea of cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Like the idea of cyberpunk. I didn't play a lot of D&D, but when I played role-playing games, I played Shadowrun and Cyberpunk. Mm-hmm. I played those two things. I was that nerd. And the idea of a cyberpunk game just...
Scott Fitzgerald got to the point I wanted to bring up. What? Anyone still play No Man's Sky?
Yes.
Because it had a similar trajectory in terms of people hated it. Mm-hmm. And people love it now.
Because they promised the world.
They did.
And
it bit them in the butt. But they put a mea culpa and they worked on it. And I think recently
Frontiers just came out.
Yeah, but no, the guy who is in charge of the company, I can't think of whatever it's called, but he had said that on Steam now they have more positive reviews than negative reviews because they were review bombed or whatever, and now they finally got over the hump.
Metacritic?
Or something like that. And they were just like 5 years later. So could Cyberpunk see that? Maybe. Like if CD Projekt keeps working on it, and maybe whenever the current gen PS5, Xbox Series X versions actually come out, maybe.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was hurt. I'm okay now. Mm-hmm. But I will say this: I will never again be like, "Oh, this." No, because I believed in. See, because after Witcher 3, I was like, they could do no wrong.
That's why the chat. Thank you, Ken from Chicago. Sean Murray. Couldn't think of his name.
But I literally like because Witcher 3 to me, like there's. Remembering Doctor Strange when they said there were fixed moments in time but that you can't change? Witcher 3 is one of those games in gaming that just, it changed gaming. It's a fixed moment in our gaming lifetimes.
Sure.
We're kind of like, it's not as big as the introduction of the Nintendo. It's not as big as the, like, you know, as a system being dropped on us. But as far as gaming, that was one of the games that is a pinnacle, a literal moment in time where we were like, what are we witnessing?
Sure.
And I thought they were going to up their game going forward. And they did not.
John Donut said, I got that stupid statue looking at me with V on the bike.
John Donuts, I give you $30 for it. I'll give you. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure John Donuts wants pounds. So whatever the conversion rate is.
I'll give you 22 pounds for it.
Oh man.
But no, I think The Witcher 3 is one of those games. Because think about it.
Yeah.
Think about games for you that were like, in your mind, change the way you looked as far as gaming, as far as telling a story.
Oh, I mean, I talked about it before, like how much I hated the first the original Final Fantasy VII. But even when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is wild.
Yeah.
Because I remember the marketing blitz of like that was the first.
The
time
original or the remake?
The original.
You remember the market? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was in middle school and my friend got it, and I was playing it more than he did, and he got it for his birthday. But I remember that marketing blitz of them like, this will change how games are played, and it kind of was because it was on CDs and everything, and it told a really interactive cinematic story at the time.
And that to me, that's what I think of. And for some people, it's different games. For me, it was The Witcher 3 because I feel like that was what fantasy games were attempting to do for so long, and they pulled it off. And
Jim Hawkins was talking about one thing that we didn't mention, and the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. I didn't really care for this trailer. I
didn't care for the game.
Interesting. I enjoyed the trailer that they showed during
the first one.
Yeah, during the
E3?
E3 from Square Enix. I enjoyed that one more than this trailer. I will probably play the game. I might wait till it's on sale. It's not a day one purchase for me. But
let me ask you this: is it because of the game itself, or is it because you weren't interested in the characters themselves?
No, I think I like the characters.
Okay.
I like the characters. I like where they're going with it.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, it seems like the combat might be very samey. I don't really know how expansive the combat's going to be when you're controlling people. I hope it's better. But it seemed like all you're doing is just shooting your blasters all the time and waiting until things charge up and then you tell somebody what to do. I hope it's more, but I don't know.
Since to me, I was hoping we had more of an X-Men Legends, kind of like each character has different powers. So like Rocket may have guns, Drax has knives, Gamora swords. Like I was hoping that's what we'd get. Like each individual character, kind of like what you do in Avengers. Each individual character has different moves.
Sure.
You level them up. So like you may play with a Rocket all the time, but you still have to level up Star-Lord to get him. So I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm hoping it's going to be good because I like this idea of we're in a time where comic games are going to be great. But I don't know. It didn't resonate with me the way it did maybe for other people.
So I'm excited about it because I believe the studio that's doing it, like the internal studio that's doing it, is the same studio that did the most recent Deus Ex games. And the stories for those were pretty... I remember people liking the stories for that, so that's cool.
I gotta give you that, bringing up Deus Ex. Well,
yeah.
Which the PC version, Invisible War?
Like the newest Deus Ex
Oh, okay,
games.
sorry.
Not the original Deus Ex, but yeah.
BP Metal Gear Solid changed gaming for me. I agree. That was a monumental achievement. I think that was one of those games that changed everything. I'm trying to read some of these comments.
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Somebody said Super Tecmo Bowl.
Okay.
That's another good one. You're showing your age with that one now. You showing you got a little bit of this because Super Tecmo Bowl is before a lot of people's time.
Yeah.
I thought Sony with their showcase, I thought they did a better job because they didn't go for quantity, they went for quality. And even though I know personally we didn't care about Uncharted, I think having a next-gen Uncharted game, because one, those games, Scott Fitzgerald, 41, I'll be 44 next week, brother. I forgot next week was my birthday. Want to know how I remember?
How?
So, again, we do stuff. Darcy has her little stupid mayor's thing Tuesday. And I was like, oh, Sharana, you taking days off for your birthday? Bet, I'm taking Tuesday off. And they were like, no, you can't, but we have this mayor's thing. And I was like, what day is it? They were like, the 14th. I was like, that's next week?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's my birthday.
Yeah.
But, what?
I'm reading as if people talk about their ages.
Yeah.
And then Ken from Chicago says, children, I remember being 41 over a decade ago.
God damn, Ken!
All right, cool. Good to know.
I thought I was old.
Apparently our audience skews a little bit older. That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like we found our people, man.
Yeah, that's cool. So, yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. Boom, boom.
You were about to say, because I was bringing up Uncharted, you were going to say something. I cut you off. I apologize.
So I was going to ask you, you didn't watch the whole conference, but it started with like a 2-minute trailer of people playing chess, and it was kind of like, where is this whole thing going? I actually enjoyed the ad for PlayStation overall, but some people were like, what is happening? Because they didn't know where they were going with the marketing for it.
Well, a lot of times, unless it's Jeff Keighley, they don't do a good job with like, and that's what I would say. That's what I will say with a lot of these things that we watch. The nerds are in charge of like these showcases, kind of like Ballmer, Tim Cook. A lot of these they weren't like great press conferences for these equipment, which is so funny because Apple has some of the best advertising ever.
Sure.
Jeff Keighley to me does the best job of selling these games.
Yeah. And I also think Jeff Keighley has had a lot of practice in getting these presentations.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you remember like the Spike Video Game Awards.
Oh yeah.
They were not good.
Oh no.
But Jeff has definitely come a long way and made the video game awards something that you look forward to. And he's found a good balance of having it be commercializing for, making a profit with commercials and stuff and getting people to do whatever.
Side note,
yeah.
Damien Hernandez. I'm so old, King Kong still kick Godzilla's ass. That's old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. Jeff Keighley has had, Jeff Keighley reminds me a little bit of, you brought this up and I didn't think about this. When you said it, I was thinking of Kevin Feige. Because Kevin Feige worked behind the scenes with so many Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Before he created the MCU, he learned how this should work.
Right.
Jeff Keighley, you mentioned the Spike Awards, you mentioned all these award shows and ventures he was on. Mm-hmm. That's why the Game Awards look like the best game show.
Yeah.
Presentation. You think about it. I like E3, but I look forward to the Game Awards because they have done what no one else has done, in my opinion. They have made the Game Awards and included so many different developers, esports athletes, personalities, actual stars.
Yeah, people from mainstream world, was it last year they had Christopher Nolan announcing stuff at it? Yeah.
I mean, you had Churches up there doing the soundtrack for Death Stranding. You've had Kojima up there. We already know Jeff Keighley and Kojima are best buds.
Yeah.
We've correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Video Game Awards that had Vin Diesel and I know you didn't like it, but they had them.
They had them there, and she said to Ken, it's Tekken.
I understand.
It's not called Tekken.
I'm just saying she was there.
And you're right. You know what?
Letty and Dom were there.
Letty and Dom were there. And you know what? Maybe she's always called it Tekken. It's fine. I don't know. That's just me being, well, actually, it's fine.
I'm telling you, we make a show called Well, Actually, and we just put some glasses up there with a hand.
Yeah.
Don't steal our idea.
Yeah, so people are asking when is GTA 6 coming out?
Never.
I mean, GTA 5 got pushed back again till March of next year. So
What do you go for GTA? But this is the thing. The makers of GTA said, we can't top what's going on in the world.
yeah, they don't know how to make a farce of it because it's so wild. So I don't know.
I mean, think about it. They don't know how to top that. Like, think about that for a second. The makers of video games has said the world is too crazy for us to top it.
Yeah, yeah, true.
These are the makers of hot coffee.
Yeah,
Think about that for a second. They do not know how to top life.
yeah.
So, I don't know. I never really was a big fan of the sandbox games because I get paralyzed like you do. And knows, like, where do I go?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just having fun running around beating up people and hitting them with cars.
Oh, there's a show on YouTube already called Actually.
Really?
Apparently, that's what David Cooper said, and O'Keefe Robinson both said it. So there we go.
Interesting. Did not know that. I gotta go look them up.
So you got a show to do.
I can go for a little bit longer.
And what else we talking about?
Let's talk about life, man.
Okay,
How you been?
I've been good.
That's good.
I'm enjoying life in Charlotte.
I hate you.
All right, cool.
You left me here. I couldn't do press play. I missed these people. I missed you. I couldn't talk nerd stuff.
I mean, you could talk nerd stuff. You didn't want to talk to nerd stuff with people that were around you.
Nah.
That's a big difference.
I mean, they don't know anything. I'm trying to bring them along, sir. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get, like, Avery.
Mm-hmm.
Both Averys are actually was keeping me going.
There you go. Yeah. For me, man, I am working on trying to make a nice computer so that we can actually do long distance streaming.
Okay.
Because I feel like if one of us has
It just came back on.
no, yeah, exactly. If one of us has a decent computer, then we can set up a thing where I can still be in Charlotte, or whatever, and we can do the long distance.
What I'm hoping is once this Steam Labs comes out, and I actually, since I put my $5 down, we can use that. But yeah.
Are we watching What If? Yeah, man, we're watching What If.
So, guys, we're going to try to do a trailer, not trailer reactions or reviews, but we're going to do a review of Shang-Chi. We're going to attempt to do that. And we're going to attempt to do reviews of Lower Decks and What If once it's done. Talk about the entire series. James Smith, I'm with you. I am willing to risk my life to see Dune.
Yeah, you can see it. It's on your at your house.
No, then it's not. We've had this conversation.
You keep saying that, and I saw something recently, and it was coming. It was coming to HBO Max
After 45 days. Nope. Well, go ahead and look it up. They paid off. Denny got some cash. It's coming to Disney Plus eventually, but in the beginning, James Smith. October the 22nd. It's released. I'm telling my wife I'm taking the day off. I told her I'm chancing it. I looked at hazmat suits. You looking?
Mm-hmm.
I could have pulled it right here for you, but I want to see that look on your face when you tell me I'm right. You want a Chick-fil-A sandwich?
Is it coming on HBO? Yeah, sure. Is it coming on HBO Max? Yes, for sure. It is coming on HBO Max. A tweet from HBO Max in late July stated the same fact, that it's going to come on HBO Max on the same date of its theatrical release.
That is not true.
After many speculations and delays, the movie is finally going to release on October 22nd, 2021.
I don't believe that.
Okay. That's cool. You can continue not to believe that, and I'll take a number one with a sun drop drink. Thank you.
You will get what I give you.
Okay, that's fine. HBO Max. In theaters and on HBO Max, October 22nd.
Lies!
It's on HBOMax.com.
And they were hacked.
Okay, so leave that if you want. WB says film still set for HBO Max streaming.
I don't believe you. Anyway, I'm willing to risk my life for Dune and IMAX.
Okay, great.
That's how we started, me and James Smith.
Yes. I was like, you ain't got to risk your life, though.
That's not the point, sir.
You don't have to.
Would you risk your life for...
HBO is keeping you safe. Would I risk my life for Dune?
No, for what movie would you be willing...
Maybe like a big Avengers team-up movie or something.
I'm willing to throw it all away for Top Gun.
Man, I need you to calm down. I don't know that Top Gun's going to be great. I think Top Gun will be fine.
I think Top Gun's will be great because the military had to step in for Tom Cruise and be like, "Yo, sit your ass down. You're not gonna do this in our plane, sir." You know what?
I respect Tom Cruise's commitment to learn how to do whatever he needs to do. Yeah.
Tom Cruise and Jackie Chan. No one goes to the mat like those two men do. Say what you will about whatever they got, whatever they do, but Tom Cruise and Jackie Chan put in the work.
Yeah. And
Tom Cruise is like, I'm going there, and he fought to get Val Kilmer back in the movie.
Yeah, that has me excited that he's in it. James Smith said, "Nah, I'm X or die."
James Max, put that on our tombstone.
Okay, cool.
I will be in a hazmat suit when I watch the thing in IMAX though. Brian Gamer, Eternals must be seen on the big screen. What about Venom? Venom 2? You going to the movie theater to see that?
No!
Ow! Okay, calm down, man.
I enjoyed Venom. It's not a good movie.
Whoa!
It's not.
After the first 30 minutes, it is.
It's not. I was like, I know it. This is just dumb. Okay, that's fine.
Whoa, sir.
Hey, Tom Hardy is putting in a heck of a performance. It's not a good movie.
It's okay. For the first 30 to 45 minutes, yes, it is not great. However, once he gets the symbiote, it's a totally different movie.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do want to see it just because I need to know what Sony is thinking with how they're making their connected universe.
They're not.
They are trying.
I mean, they're just throwing stuff out there.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is Kraven the Hunter.
How in the world do you go from Quicksilver to Kraven? Don't get me wrong. I think he's going to do a good job. Because you didn't even know that was him and Tenet.
I did not. Nope.
So I'm interested to see what they do.
Oh, Jim Hawkins. Excuse me, sir. Venom was great after Venom bonds with Eddie.
See, that's what I'm saying. Once you get past that, and David Cooper, you're right. I may have to. I don't want to. I may have to. But I'm willing to take a small loan out to rent out an IMAX theater.
I need to. Hey,
I'm just saying.
Shout out to AMC. I don't know how long they're going to keep doing this, but you rent a theater for $200. You get some people that you trust. It ain't that expensive.
I'd pay $200 to see it by myself.
I paid $200 to see Godzilla vs. Kong.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Well, me and my lady.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I would pay $200 for just me and Evan for the day to go hang out at IMAX and see a movie. I would.
Yeah.
So no, I would. So okay, James Bond. You going to see that in the movie theater?
Probably.
A matinee?
Yeah. I mean, the last times that I've been to a theater in public, I felt pretty fine, safe wise. I'm vaccinated. I feel fine to go into a place, and they still have safety protocols in place that people are very well spaced out, and a lot of people still aren't going to theaters, so it's not that many people in there.
I will say so. I saw Black Widow in the theaters, and that was the most people I'd seen in the theater. When I saw Bloodshot. I was one of two people in the theater. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Before the pandemic, I was able to see some movies with just one or two people. One of my favorite movies of the 2000s, of this new millennia that we're in or whatever, Into the Spider-Verse had 3 people in it on a Sunday night showing. I was one of the 3.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like the movie theater was packed. You go to a Sunday night showing, I think you're fine. Okay. So like a Sunday night, like right around that 10 p.m. Oh, especially during football season. Ain't nobody going to the movie theaters. They're all catching COVID out there at Williams Price. I'm just saying, wear your mask, wash your hands, go see Venom.
Yeah.
Scott Fitzgerald, I'm telling you, I saw Bloodshot with nobody in the theater. And I was looking around like...
Yeah, that was the last movie I saw before everything shut down.
Because we reviewed it. We saw it, we reviewed it, and we talked about like, oh, they're shutting everything down now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim Hawkins. See, that's why I like Jim Hawkins. We're here. Into the Spider-Verse, best Spider-Man movie.
Is somebody debating you?
They fight with me upstairs.
Oh, I was like, I'm not debating you. I don't know why you're coming at me.
Sir, you haven't been here. I had to fight with Avery about Into the Spider-Verse being one of the best movies of 2018.
I mean, I remember you guys having a conversation like whether that was better than Black Panther, I think.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, it beats Black Panther hands down.
Yeah. But yeah, I Into the Spider-Verse. When I saw that, I want to say it was 3 of us, might have been 4, but I distinctly remember only seeing 2 heads in front of me and maybe 1 person behind me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, because what really got me was, as long as we wanted to see a Miles movie, and as good as that movie was, I expected more people to support it. And it made money. It did well. It won an Oscar. And that was before the pandemic, before we even knew about COVID. And there was like maybe 4 people in that movie theater with me. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I said, you go to a Sunday night showing, you probably good.
Would y'all risk your life for Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Nope. Nope.
I am curious to see what they're going to do with that, but I don't need to. It's okay.
Nope. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't impressed with that trailer.
I thought it was alright.
As far as as much crap as they gave the last Ghostbusters movie, mm-hmm. that trailer wasn't like it didn't capture the feel of the original Ghostbusters.
Oh, I don't think it's trying to capture the feel of the original.
That's what they said they were going for.
I felt like they were trying to do
Stranger Things with Ghostbusters?
Maybe, yeah, a childlike wonder movie with Ghostbusters. And I got that. I was like, oh, these kids are going to go out and explore and stuff. Maybe to feel a little bit like E.T. What was that Steven Spielberg, 8mm with the kids they were making the film?
Super 8.
Super 8.
8mm with...
Is that Nick Cage?
Yeah.
That's totally different.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry. My bad.
And that's
Super 8.
With Joker and Commodus.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Super 8, like kids out here exploring the world, feeling stuff, and getting... fighting ghosts.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Hot take. I did not like Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer. I wanted a blue collar. A lot of people forget that what made Ghostbusters such an amazing film for its time and why people love it is because these were like ghost plumbers. Think about it. These were guys that you called. Mm-hmm. That you had ghosts, you were like, I don't want to call this person because you don't know how much it's going to cost. Think about how when you have to call a plumber. Mm-hmm. For those of you who are not mechanically inclined, you have to call a repairman and you don't know how much it's going to cost. You have to call this contractor. You may have to call a subcontractor. You would rather, if you had the knowledge, you would do it yourself. Mm-hmm. That's what Ghostbusters is. You have to call these guys. They know what they're doing. You don't know what's going to happen.
That's debatable.
What?
Whether or not they know what they're doing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's kind of like they get through with sheer luck.
But that's the point. And so like you're a homeowner. I don't want to put your business out there, but you've had to hire people to come do work in your house, and you kind of watch them. You're like, does he know what he's doing? Mm-hmm. And so imagine that with ghosts.
Yeah.
So that was the feel I thought that they should have captured. These guys fighting against City Hall. These guys who were these blue collar guys just trying to make a living where everybody else was against them. That's what I wanted to see. And I wanted to see kids do that. Okay. These kids were the ones who were like, they're fighting against the man and they find this old equipment and they're like, oh, we should start a business. And like, what is it like? What is it like to create something and then have everyone else against you and you have to survive through the odds? That's what Ghostbusters is to me.
Okay.
I did not get that in Afterlife.
Okay. Wrap this up.
All right, guys. I want to say thank you for watching. We're gonna try to change the name of that because that's my fault. I hit stream early. In my defense.
Ain't no defense.
In my defense.
No
so you're getting a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Shut up.
That's on you. Stop betting these bets. It's not like I came to you.
You know.
I had already said, hey, this is coming to streaming. You gonna go back? Nah, I don't think so. Okay.
I'm so glad I don't have a gambling problem.
Yeah.
My wife would have left me a long time ago.
Yeah.
But we're happy to do this. We enjoy doing this. We enjoy talking to you. We appreciate it. We're glad to know that you guys are safe. Tell your friends we're going to try to do this again on Fridays.
So for those who weren't at the beginning, normally I do work Monday through Fridays, but the station I'm at now in Charlotte is
a rail station.
Is an NBC affiliate, and they have football on Sunday. So because of that, my shift is Sunday through Thursday. So I'm off Friday and Saturday, so that means I should be able to come here. Thank you to Rich Odell letting me come into the building.
Shout out to the general manager.
Yeah.
Sharanda, I'm sorry I didn't ask you because you was off
if
on your birthday.
Yeah. If you might text me and be like, why are you in the building? Like, don't worry about it. Anyway, but yeah, so since I'm off on Fridays, I should be able to be here Friday nights, at least until football's over.
Yeah.
So this should be the norm for at least 4 months.
Yeah, we're going to try to make this, and then we're going to try to research how to get the basically the streaming working.
Oh, I know how to do it. I don't have the equipment.
Oh.
Yeah, we know how to do it. Neither one of us have a good enough computer to be streaming it.
Yeah,
appropriately. That's the issue.
So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to get to that point where we can do this more, so we can cover more topics. Because this right here, I'm going to be honest with you, I look forward to this. This is what gets me through the day or the week. To talk nerd stuff with you guys, to talk to Michael, and I really appreciate it. So thanks for doing it.
What got you through these months?
The Warframe and my baby. Oh, and Grey's Anatomy. Let me tell y'all, Grey's Anatomy is my show. Grey's Anatomy is the X-Men. And I'm going to do a video about it.
You should. That's how you get clicks.
I'm going to do a video that says, once I finish all 18 seasons of Grey's Anatomy is Chris Claremont's 90s X-Men. Blue and gold team. I did not see this coming. But now that I've watched 12 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, I can tell you, and it blew my mind. That is what's got me through. Warframe and my baby, who dances to the theme song of Grey's Anatomy.
That's a good theme song. They got good music on there.
Yeah.
They got good music selection.
And that football's here.
John Donut said cut the strings.
See what happens when you leave? You start watching Grey's Anatomy?
What got me through the week, or got me through these months?
Well, you work at a real station, so that's number one.
I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
Playing. What was I playing? Marvel's Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Psychonauts 2. Playing that. Playing Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
I started rewatching Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Hey, man.
That's a fun show. Those people are hard. I think the reason why I like it is because
they're horrible.
But they're all horrible to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Because I always hate it when you have somebody that's horrible and they never get caught on their crap.
Oh,
they're always getting caught on their crap.
Oh,
so it's
dude.
not like they get to be horrible and they don't get their comeuppance.
One of the best episodes is when they got caught.
Yeah.
My favorite one is when they buy guns, or they can't buy guns,
mm-hmm.
and they get beat. That's.
So I've been watching that.
Mm-hmm.
Archer's back, so I'm watching that.
Woo! Oh wait, rest in peace, Mallory Archer.
Yeah.
Jessica Walters.
I'm watching third season of What We Do in the Shadows is back, or has started again. Man, I was giving Apple TV so much crap,
mm-hmm.
and I kind of still am, but it's relatively cheap. And there's some good stuff on there. Ted Lasso, I know people say, "Oh, it's just a feel good." It is, but it's nice to just to feel good, because the world sucks. So it's nice to have a show that's just this is nice. So I've been watching Ted Lasso, been watching Mythic Quest,
mm-hmm.
watching the one you were talking about, For All Mankind.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
You know it's done by Ronald Moore.
Yeah. That's really
That's
good.
Why.
So shout out to Apple TV. Smigadoon was okay. If you guys don't know, I really like musicals and musical shows.
It was my life.
Smigadoon's okay. It's not great. It's a musical show.
The only thing on Apple TV, because I love the morning show. I enjoyed that. Me and my wife watched it. Foundation comes out September 24th. That's what I'm getting That's what I'm getting Apple TV for. Damon Hernandez says, quick question before y'all end. Which movie do you think will be a bigger hit, December, Matrix, or Spider-Man? I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's a tie. You know what? David Hernandez, that's our next poll question. I'm putting that up. I honestly...
That's a good question.
I want to say Matrix.
I feel like Matrix is...
Because that 90s time is so key.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
But people want to know what...
Far From Home.
What is this? What does this mean?
Neo versus Peter Parker.
Peter Parker's plural, maybe. Who knows?
Carrie Ann Moss is back, and so is Dr. Doom.
Doom?
Doc Octopus.
Yeah, I was like, Dr. Doom? Whoa.
Sorry.
You dropping some real big bombs there.
Hey, man. When Dr. Doom shows up in the MCU, it's over.
Yeah.
So, that's next poll question. I'm putting that up there. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Wrap this up.
Appreciate it. We're hoping to see you next Friday. We're going to try to get some more things up. Stay safe. We know it's wild out there. Grey's Anatomy If you don't like it, I understand. I loved ER. I own some of the seasons. Grey's Anatomy is 90s X-Men, and I'm going to prove it. One day, I will prove that. I will have a video. I think that's it, man. We out. Peace. Stay safe.